They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides
Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Good win, right? Not great, not season defining. Good win. Good, solid, go out and go up by 20. Win by 9. Enjoy the Red Panda win. That's what it is. Take care of the team that comes in. That's good, not great. They're without their point guard. You go take care of your business. You do what you got to do, and they get whistled every time that you try to defend. Yeah, that was right. Good win. 83-74. Lobos beat Fresno State last night in the pit. They are one game out of first place with Steve Alford, Craig Neal, and a good Nevada team coming in on Saturday, and you have found the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Thanks for finding us. Jefferson Vieta, JJ Buck, how you living?
What it do?
Who's the best part of the night? Who's the Red Panda, right?
We got the loudest reaction of the night at halftime.
I watched it. You've seen it. I guess it's the same act that she does, because I don't know how many acts you can do riding a unicycle that's 10 feet up in the air and kicking poles under your head. But I don't know how much more you got to do. When you see it live, like it's like
Very impressive.
Did you stay in your seat at halftime?
I did watch it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, best part of the night. And look, that's not downplaying the 83-74 victory. Big attaboy for bringing them in, for bringing her in. She was fantastic. Interesting night, man. Interesting night. And I hate that I feel that when I left there, the overwhelming thing that I got was, damn, the officials. I don't want to know about Andy O'Brien and Daryl Galena and Jeff Hartnett. I usually, when I do radio, Steve Kirkland gives me their pictures and their names, and I put it right up in front of me, so I've got it. Do you get that when you do radio again?
I do not.
Oh, you have to talk to your SID about that. Steve Kirkland's the best. He hands me a sheet with their pictures. So you know not only their names, you know
Who's
which
who?
official is which. Oh yeah. He's the best. But the story is the win. The story is Jake Paul had 16 and Leon had another double-double, and you got to win. But I don't know, man. When I walked out of Philly, first of all, there was part of me that was like, damn it, good for Eric Gordon. He had to go get a technical foul. It wasn't going to have an effect on the game. The game, despite what was going on and the foul disparity, and I looked at the fouls, and it was 23-16, but probably like 4 of those were at the end of the game on Fresno State when they were trying to foul, right? When they got back, they closed to within 7 in the last minute. It just killed the flow. It was a hard second half watch.
The officials are very low on the list of things I want to talk about or things I'll talk about in a game unless it was something that was very evident at the end of the game. The fact that Eric Olin got teed up for the first time since 2018, I'll pay attention. Because coaches will scream about everything, sometimes even if it's a foul, because we'll all watch the replay and go, well, yeah, you just got hit across the face. What are you screaming about?
Yeah, but there's no foul on that one.
Yeah, that was a game where final 8 minutes, the way that they were just calling everything, every contact
On one side of the floor.
for the Lobos, and the fact Olin did get teed up, that's when it says, okay, I will pay attention to this because this is a storyline about the game.
I said to the dude next to me, he's going to get a tee, and he's going to ask for it. And then he got to the point where I'm like, he's got to get it. Like, that, to me, that's an attaboy tee. You had, like, the game was put away. You had the game. I know it got down to 7, and it got a little careful right here at the end, right? But the game was taken care of. And to me, attaboy, man. He had to get that tee. And it was so in character. You say, Jeff, he hasn't had one since 2018. What does that mean in character? If Eric Owen was going to get a tee, it wasn't going to be him yelling and screaming and stomping. It was going to be him super calm, saying whatever the magic word happened to be, and turning around and sipping on his water bottle while he got teed up. And don't you think it was like totally on brand?
It was a Eric Olin tee, if there was one.
Yeah, it was exactly. Now he was super animated. I will argue this too. I've watched a lot of Louisville basketball this year. That's as animated with some of his players as I've seen him. He got into JT Rock for a little bit. He got into like when guys came to the bench, he was in them a little bit. Like this Eric Olin, as it turned to January 21, feels like it ratcheted up a bit, and I'm here for it.
It was very clear early when you mentioned JT Rock and how the rotations played out last night that Eric Olin wanted to win that game by 20 points and keep it at points. Because he wasn't messing around with the rotation early, wasn't happy about the mistake, even with the double-digit lead. Boisterous, you're right. He's fiery, and interesting when you see him on the sideline versus his personality because he'll go at Deuce, but he went at Deuce a lot yesterday, and I think it was clear early on that watching that game, he wanted that to be a 20-point win for the Whistles.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It was a 9-point win. As we walk out the building, I was talking about what it means for the metrics because margin of victory does mean. And, as you sit here in January and play these Wednesday night games and look into what happened in Phoenix last night with San Diego State and Grand Canyon, these are the kind of games that, really can sway metrics when they're sitting in a room in March in Indianapolis or whatever it is. Right? And I haven't even looked at the metrics. Have you looked at them yet? What the net rankings? I'll find it. I can't believe we fall at it. I got New Mexico at 44, Spain at 44. After 3 games left. So, San Diego State drops. San Diego State loses in Phoenix to Grand Canyon last night. We'll get into that. They dropped to 52. So, and everything tightened up. Not much. I want to talk about the game. I want to get into it. I want to talk about how good I think Bouillon is becoming. I want to talk about Dayton Auburn getting to the rim. I want to talk about Uriah Connect coming off the bench with another 15 points. I thought Javis Miller actually was really, really good last night. Hit some shots. Antonio Chol gets hot in the second half and hits some shots. The guy behind him is like, stop shooting. And then he hits 2 in a row. I'm like, dude. And he's all standing up clapping. I'm like, you wanted him to stop shooting. That's how things are. But yeah, dude, this was the first game in a long time, and they won. And so I don't want to make it about that. And you know me well enough, dude. I'm not that good. I'm just not. But man, when it just became so intrusive on the product, and that's how I felt. I just play basketball for crying out loud, because when you get to the tournament, when you get to the postseason, they don't call it that. The touch fouls 35 feet from the basket. And I don't think he was wrong on the Aubrey foul that he got the technical on. The 5th foul on Dayton Aubrey was an offensive foul, and he's like, what are we doing? And then Bouillon gets hit in the face, and it was obvious when you look at the replay. Yeah, play on. Okay. I want to be done on the ref. I want to tell you like that.
Well, it was the final 8 minutes of the game. You had a double-digit lead that went away because of the whistles changed the flow of the game. It started to get in the players' heads. Coach addressed it, not just after the game, but with getting the technical. So that is something where you can't overlook it. Like, there's a lot of games where it's like, don't tell me about this. That had nothing to do with it, even though everyone thinks it did. Last night's game, you have to acknowledge it.
Free throw disparity 26, and by the way, Fresno State is 22 to 26 free throws. Lobos 9 out of 15. Personal fouls, Fresno State committed 60, and New Mexico committed 24. And I would argue 4 of those 16 were intentional at the end of the game, right? When it was 9 fouls and free throws get rest. All right, good win last night. As you watched it, what did you think about it? As you watched them open up at 20 points, as the game extended, as the better team became pretty obvious to the better team. How did you feel about that? To me, that was a good, workmanlike, we're better than you, you're without your point guard, I don't care. We went out and we're going to win. I thought defensively New Mexico was really good. 18 steals. Forced 22 turnovers. Points off of turnovers last night. New Mexico 29, Fresno State 10. To me, that was the difference in the game, which is very, again, on brand for New Mexico. This particular New Mexico team, who is one with defense, who has forced turnovers, who has forced their opposition to be uncomfortable on the offensive end on a regular basis this year. That's how they've won. I thought it was a really good bounce-back game from losing a tight one in San Diego State.
So in Fresno State, that coaching staff, I think just because your point guard isn't playing doesn't mean you have lazy passes. There's so many bad passes. What in the middle school are we doing here?
Yep. All right, good one last night. We got a lot to do today. Jared Palm's going to be with us coming up at 8:30 this morning. We'll hear from Eric Olin, what he's had to talk about after the game. We'll do that at about 9 o'clock. We'll talk to him from points off the turnovers, the fouls, the last 8 minutes. You'll hear from. Is that from the post-game show or from the press?
Radio.
All right, we'll pull it off of the we'll get into that. Got to get into what happened in Grand Canyon last night. San Diego State gets beat 70-69, a controversial ending there. We'll get there. We got the NFL obviously just moving with Coach Carousel. The Bills owner hit the mic yesterday. It's always good when the owners hit the mic. The Niners are coming up with an interesting reason on why they may have a whole lot of injuries when they do. The story on the Lakers and LeBron and Jeannie Buss and the Buss family, it was like watching Showtime all over again reading it. But we've got to get there because what that means and may mean for LeBron James as his career winds down. So we got a ton to do today. 505-246-0610 is how to do it. 505-246-0610. Your emails coming this morning, as they do every day. Jeff at sportsanimalindustry.com and JJ at sportsanimalindustry.com. On the X, he's _JJ Buck. And on the Facebook, the OG in the AM. Agent produced on TV. You can watch us on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico and on the YouTube channel for folks. All right, when we come back, a little more on the hoops, what happened in San Diego last night, impact of what happened. Not in San Diego, in Phoenix last night. Want your calls on a little basketball last night. And like I said, man, a big attaboy. Eric Olin going out and get that team. I thought that, I don't know if you ever need to see that. I was proud of him. Hey, the No Regrets engagement ring is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelry. What is it? Well, it's custom made, fully visualized, and guaranteed she will love the engagement ring, or they'll redesign it for free. That puts John Thomas Jewelry the only jeweler offering peace of mind through full visualization. You can see 3D scans, 3D renders, even printed wax models of any ring you design there, and then they design it on premise in their custom design shop right there. They don't send to LA or Dallas or wherever these things go. And then you get a 1-year no-penalty exchange program, even on custom-made rings. There's a free lifetime nationwide warranty, and the diamonds, as good as you can find, premium, hand-selected diamonds by John Thomas Jewelry in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. This is, you talk about category-defining and things, no other local competitor can do that. So there's no guesswork. You see the creation step-by-step, including the 3D visualization. There's no regrets because you and she have a full year to change it. There's no worries because you get free lifetime nationwide warranty, and no one else gets direct transport towards some national. So there's no limit. You can dream it. They will design. John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. Go by and see why. They've been voted best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 years straight. Why they've been named one of the coolest jewelry stores in all of America. It's John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building. They're on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, directly across the Coronado Center to the east. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks.
All the way back and took a 1-point lead and made a couple of stops on the defensive end. And had the ball, it was about a 6-7 differentiation in the shot clock. And late in the shot clock, Ren King fouled B.J. Davis. B.J. Davis is the guy who hit the big shot against the Lobos Saturday night. And he got the announcers, he's the second leading free throw shooter in the Mountain West. Is B.J. Davis. He got that one. Here's B.J. Davis shooting whatever it is. And his second leading free throw shooter in the Mountain West. He missed the and Makai Williams got the ball, raced down the right rail. You know what we talk about in the NFL? The pass interference. Oh, you can't call pass interference even if he mugs in the end zone. I want you to go back. Brian Dutcher kind of lost his mind. He doesn't lose very much. Bird went up, blocked a shot. They called a foul down low on Simmons, who you look at it, the announcers are like, there's no foul. Like, how do you call a foul there? It was a high speed. It went to the rim. Like, good for Makai Williams, right? You go to the rim, make something happen. And he made both free throws, and San State has suffered their first conference loss, which really tightens things up now in the Mountain West, which is good for everybody else in the Mountain West, because if you take a look now at the race, they are one game better than both, all three, Nevada, New Mexico, and Utah, in whatever order you would like. And so that makes that game on Saturday really big with New Mexico and Nevada, even though it was already big. Aztecs have to go to Vegas, and I know I asked you yesterday, the four-stretch run, I mean, how many losses do you think they end up with? They've already got one.
Yeah, they got one right out of the gate.
Yeah.
The Grand Canyon's a different team at home. Now, San Diego State fought back, had their opportunity, won that game. The second half, the Lopes were a lot better. Didn't turn it over. 13 turnovers in the first half to 4 in the second half. And you're right, those plays at the rim, and those are the moments where you look at some of the changes we've seen in college athletics with the challenge rule in basketball. Like, that's one late in game. You're like, all right, I'll take a minute if
get it right.
Is that challenge rule? Can I have this in my back pocket?
Get it right. Yeah, you just want to get it right. I mean, that's what it is. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Travis, let's get started. You're up first on the Sports Animal. Hello, Travis.
Good morning, fella.
Good morning. What's happening?
Listen, I am a fan of saying if it is a foul 2 seconds into a game, it is a foul with 2 seconds left in a game.
I think we all
the problem was there was no foul.
Yeah. That's my point.
San Diego State game.
Yeah, that's my point. That's all I'm saying. And you're a Lobo fan saying that, right? And so
100%.
Yeah, I just I know there's one guy who likes to take the shots at me, because he had a couple more shots at me yesterday, called me out, and gets 0 likes and 0 responses for being some sort of a homer. Dude, all I know is I watched that game as objectively as I can. There was just no foul. Like call it if it's there, 1,000%. Don't fabricate it, and there was no foul.
Yeah, and I thought, look, great play by San Diego State, quite frankly. I mean, listen, if there's any doubt about how talented that Bird kid is, I mean, we saw what he did against us. He's pretty doggone good. And I thought what was supposed to be a really clutch play. Now, JJ is right. Like, I mean, San Diego State really had an opportunity to win that game. They make that free throw.
That's right.
I mean, you're still giving the Lopes the opportunity to come down and score and tie and maybe send it to overtime.
No doubt.
So they probably still would have had an opportunity. But the game certainly would have been different, right? Should have made the free throw. And the way that, I mean, it is really interesting when you think about the swings in basketball, right? I mean, the Lopes were, I don't want to say dead in the water, but they didn't look good that first half of basketball. And then to make that swing and to play as well as they did in the second, I got to tell you, pretty incredible stuff. But just as much as, when you started this morning, talking about knowing the names of the refs, the Zebras in the Lobo game, everyone's going to know the names of those Zebras in that GCU game. And if anybody deserves a tech, Brian Dutcher should have got a tech out of that play. I mean, he should have got his money's worth out of that.
Yeah, but that's one of those moments where I think the referees went, wow, that dude's going that crazy. He might be right. He might be going that.
Well, and speaking of tech, that might have been the nicest tech I've ever seen anybody get ever. I mean, we know what we're talking about here, right? Like, we've seen some pretty contested pit games with Steve Alford digging into the refs, Patino digging into the refs. Man, I honestly thought Olin was asking him where he was grabbing dinner after the game and wondering if he wanted to come meet his wife. I mean, I've never seen a nicer tech anybody get. I mean, but I do think you're right. The closing line on that game, the Lobo game, was 15, which I thought was crazy. I thought it was a crazy number, big number. And it really felt like Olin wanted to make a statement and wanted to win by that margin.
Yep.
The substitution pattern. He is certainly not a fiery guy with the refs, but last night, and we've seen it. I think JJ's right. We started to see it a little bit more and more, but I mean, he is getting after his players, and the play that stands out to me is towards the end of the first half. Jake Hall gets stealed on the inside by a big man, and I mean, he's there in guarding position, but he got stealed. There's nothing he could do about it, and the big man went right around him and made a basket, and immediate timeout gets called, and he is in to Jake Hall. I'm like wondering whether or not the equipment managers. I'm like, hey, someone get in there and get Olin off of Jake Hall. He is all over him. So, I think I mean, we all know that Olin's like the cool San Diego cat, but I'm curious about what we've seen in this new tenor of coaching. Obviously, he's not a fiery guy in front of the media, but there does feel like as we've started to enter more and more of the conference play, that he is ratcheting up the expectations on these Lobo players, and he understands how good his team is. But he is not content with winning these games by 5 points or 6 points. I mean, he wants to make a statement and blow these teams out, especially when you go into a game expected to win by 15. Anyway, I'm curious about your thoughts about that. I don't know what's changing with his coaching. Maybe that's how he is with his players normally, but certainly from us watching the sidelines, it looks a little different.
Yeah, it's great. Everything he saw, I saw. And maybe it's because it's getting later in the season. Maybe it's because the metrics matter, right? The margin of victory matters a little bit. Maybe he's riding a bit. Maybe he thought they had a complacent week. I don't know, but I'm here for it. And I don't think it's an act. I think it's who he is. And I always think it's more effective when a guy like if a guy's screaming at you all the time, whatever, man. Right? It could be white. But if a guy who is not into you like that gets into you, I pay attention. It's like when Dutcher got angry last night. I pay attention. Right? When it's out of character, I pay attention. You know, and for the technical, it was absolutely unfair. They say your piece, go turn your water and eat your tea. I'm fine with it. I was everything he said. I was there. All right, Bruin James. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, guys. Gonna head out to Laughlin today. Go do some golfing on the res.
Attaboy.
What's going on?
That's great. What's happening?
It's gonna be awesome. Hey, did you hear about Mick Cronin going off?
Yep.
On the Big Ten?
Yeah, we played it yesterday, him going off. And, you know, thanks to the Big Ten, they don't really care about basketball, in my opinion, is what he said.
Right on, man. Yay! It was pretty good. I'm glad he did that.
And they beat Purdue, which was even bigger.
And they beat Purdue, yeah, exactly. Hey, so, hey, awesome, man. I mean, hey, you know what? I vote for the Lobos, man. I mean, even though, you know, I lived in Albuquerque for that time I lived there, but I always, you know, supported local teams and stuff like that, and they have the pit, man. The Lobos should be like in the top 25 every year because of the pit, man. You know, I think that's just my opinion, but
that's good.
Hey,
all right, enjoy Laughlin, man, and big win for the Bruins. Appreciate you holding, dude. That was a big win for you, Silly. All right, 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. Your thoughts on last night, and kind of a fiery Eric Olin, which a chilled but fiery Eric Olin, if that makes any sense. We'll hear what he had to say post-game coming up a little bit later. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Wait for the ball, etc. First 30-ish minutes were totally wide open with each team being allowed to run and gun. It's almost as if the refs decided it's time to disrupt the game and punish the Lobos. Don't really like making a win about the refs, but it's abundantly clear something happened to where they were calling 2 completely different games depending on which end of the court they wanted to use. Yeah, look, Jeffrey, I think you're dead on. If you ever listen to the show, I'm not big on ref talk, man. It happens. We were talking about 2 games last night where I thought the refs played a big part in the game. But that game last night at the pit, the product was absolutely obstructed by the officials. The flow in the last 8 minutes was destroyed. And it wasn't like there were, it was ticky-tack, 35 feet away from the basket. There was one possession down on Fresno State offensive end, JJ, right? There were 3 fouls called on that one possession.
There were a couple moments like that.
And you're like, what are we doing? And good for Eric Cohen, man. He put his hands up, he laughed. And when the game was solidly under control, he said his piece, got his technical, drank out of his water bottle. And you know what, man? I don't know. Sometimes a coach, I feel, has to get foul. He's got to stick up for his team. And whatever he said to the official to get that technical foul, and you said it was his first since 2018, right? He had to stick up for his team. Good for him for doing it. Yeah, no problem. I get it, man. You won by 9 instead of 15. I just got the email from Gopher. Not that great of a win. Nobody said it was the greatest win. You know the line had drifted up to the Lobos minus 16.
So it's a bad win. It's a win. It's in conference play. You don't want those landmines on your resume. You can have a conversation, but no one's using the word great. And why you have to send that text message all the time. Seems like you're smart enough to have a conversation to understand what we're talking about. But I think a lot of people are just so pessimistic. And just, this is just going to end bad anyway, so I'm not going to have an open conversation about anything.
Gopher, was it a bad one? Was it a disappointing win? Was it a damaging win? It was a damn win in conference play. So you were up by 20 points with 12 minutes to go? 8 or 10 minutes? It was a, would you argue it was a dominant win? Did you ever once feel that game
they
was
controlled the game for 40 minutes?
Yeah.
And if you didn't watch the game, you looked at the final score, you might be like, Fresno State gave them a little something to hit. They didn't.
They really did. And I hate, and there's part of me, I apologize for making this about the officials. But I tell you, look, your job, JJ, my job, is to talk about what happened last night or what happened yesterday. What are the big stories? And I just walked out of the building. And I'm like, the whole story to me was the way the game was being officiated. And I don't normally walk out of any game. And look, it would be a lot. People listen to you complain a lot more when you win than when you lose, right? Maybe. All right, we got a lot of NFL stuff. A lot of NFL stuff. There's a little news this morning. The NFL named their finalists for the most valuable player. The winners will be announced at the NFL Honors on February 5th. These were voted on by a nationwide panel of 50 media members who regularly cover them. They completed their voting before the playoffs, and votes were tabulated by the accountants of Hudson Card. The way it went, voters selected a top 5 for 8 NFL awards. Okay? Finalists for MVP. 4 quarterbacks. Have you seen all this? You looked at all? All right, you can name it. 4 quarterbacks and a running back. Who are they?
Christian McCaffrey.
That would be your running back. Correct.
It was Drake May.
That's right.
Matthew Stafford.
Ding, ding.
Josh Allen.
Yup.
Who's the other quarterback? What kind of year? I'm not sure.
Trevor
T-Law. Okay.
T-Law. Is that what they call him? T-Law?
T-Law.
All right. Trevor Lawrence. All right. Coach of the year. All right. I think you could probably name the 5 finalists for Coach of the Year. Who do you got? We talk about them all the time.
Liam Cohen.
Yep.
Mike McDonald.
Yep.
Sean Payton.
Nope. Sean Payton did not make the finals for Coach of the Year.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel did.
Kyle Shanahan.
That's one of them, and you're missing one. Kyle Shanahan, the Niners, did held us up. Rookie coach. Quarterback improved play a lot. They lost last week. Ben Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, assistant coaches of the year, Eagles defensive coordinator, former Bronco coach Vic Fangio, Brian Flores of the Vikings, Vance Joseph of the Broncos, Clint Kubiak of the Seahawks, and Josh McDaniels of the Patriots. Comeback player of the year, your finalists. Lawrence McCaffrey, Patriots wide. I'm sorry. Lawrence McCaffrey, who the hell is that? Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, Stephon Diggs, Aiden Hutchinson, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, the comeback player of the year. Who did he come back? Help me with that. What don't I know? kind of losing contact.
Last year,
He was hurt. I get it. So when I come back later, defensive player of the year. Will Anderson of the Texans, Nick Bonito of the Broncos, Myles Garrett of the Browns, Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions, Micah Parsons of the Packers. That award goes to Myles Garrett.
I believe it does.
Offensive player of the year. This will be interesting. McCaffrey is on this list. He was listed as MVP candidate. Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, Jackson Smith from Jigba, Drake May. So Drake May is the only quarterback on the list. Does that mean everybody voted for Stafford for MVP and May for Offensive Player of the Year? Is that kind of how that
could
makes
deduce that.
All right, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter, James Pierce Jr., Carson Schwarzenegger, Xavier Watts, and Nick Imanawari. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jackson Dart, Mecca Azuka, Trayvon Henderson, Teteroa McMillan, Tyler Shuck. Who's your Offensive Rookie of the Year? Of that, can I tell you I vote for Teteroa McMillan?
Tyler Shuck.
I don't hate that either, by the way, on Tyler Shuck. All right, I said, man, I'm going to take a break. 505-246-0610. I want take thoughts on it. I know you do too, but that just came out this morning. On the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Zone.
This report is. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, located on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast.
So, I mean, look, it's Grable or McDonald, isn't it? And what Grable did in his first year, they didn't make the playoffs last, right? Seattle did. I mean, everything Liam Cohen did is great. Everything Ben Johnson did is great. Like Shanahan, like all of those candidates are good. And to your point, Sean Payton's not even on the list. I don't have a problem, honestly, with any of them. I wouldn't think anybody got robbed. I'm wavering between Mike McDonald, and I know this is supposed to be done before the playoffs. So the voting was done before the playoffs. If you tell me the number 1 seed in the AFC, the number 1 team in the NFC, and I'm looking at those two, and who did Mike McDonald do it with? I might have to lean Vrabel. First year going in there, completely turning that thing around, getting the production out of that defense, out of that quarterback. But and I've been on McDonald the whole time, and I'm not even sure why I'm leaning Vrabel. I'm trying to talk to myself into it now. But I'm good either McDonald or Vrabel. I would talk myself into having to decide between Liam Cohen, Mike Vrabel, and Ben Johnson. Okay. Because the Jaguars were a 4-win. Yeah, it was a 9-win turnaround. Yeah. And yes, they had a quarterback that has more experience and expectations where Trevor Lawrence is at in his career. But it was the franchise that wasn't doing anything with that quarterback, and he comes in there, ignites the offense, and that team has a complete turnaround. I would really spend my time debating those three. And it gets to a point, too, where good candidates for these awards are going to get bypassed because you look at the number 1 team in the AFC, their head coach not even on the list. The number 1 team in the AFC? Mm-hmm. Sean Payton? Not even their coach there. Yeah. I don't, I'm not mad at Liam Cohen either. I mean, Ben Johnson is in there as well. First NFC North Championship, 7 seasons there, getting the first year and turn the whole Bible. I don't have a problem with any of them. Now, how would I get to my final vote? If I was thinking about it,
think I would then go Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen, and ultimately land on Liam Cohen.
Really?
Okay. Between him and Ben Johnson, I think it's really impressive for first-time head coaches.
So you got all those guys ahead of Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald's the first-time head coach too, isn't he?
Not this year.
No, it's
in
the
the playoffs.
second. So that eliminates him for you?
Well, why isn't Sean Payton on there?
No,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, one of these good dudes is going to get.
Again, I'm not mad at any of them. I'm just trying to walk through the whole procedure. I'm probably Vrabel, McDonald, Cohen, 1, 2, 3, Johnson, and Shane. But I think it matters. I'll give you this: a little surprised on the assistant coach of the year, Robert Saleh. But who do you take off? Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. Vikings, I was Brian Flores, right? Was the Vikings defense that good? Vance Joseph with the Broncos defense, they were terrific. The Seahawks offense was really good with the field guys. The Patriots offense with Josh McDaniels, he did another really good job. I probably would have to put Robert Saleh on there instead of Brian Flores.
It's interesting seeing the crossover from teams that have, like Seattle and the Patriots, head coach of the year candidates, and then the assistants on that finalist list.
No doubt. Who's your comeback player? McCaffrey was or Trevor Lawrence. And when did Lawrence come back? Just not being good.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I have to go McCaffrey. Too.
Well, they made changes to it to where.
Although Aiden Hutchinson,
it can't just be you had a bad season for your comeback player.
So
I think you had to miss games due to injury.
I'm on Aiden Hutchinson or I'm on McCaffrey. I think
there's questions like, can McCaffrey run a football without his Achilles exploding?
You remember that Aiden Hutchinson? But you're right. McCaffrey had both Achilles the year prior. Defensive player of the year is the easy one for me. Myles Garrett, right?
Sack record.
Offensive player of the year, I mean, makes it big. Smith and Figler was great. McCaffrey was great. Puka Nacua was great. Puka had 129 catches. Smith and Figler had 119. All right, Jerry Palm will be with us coming up at 8:30. We'll talk with him from Palm Brackets. It is a recap of the College Football Championship. And maybe start talking a little hoops with Jerry. Want your thoughts on the Lobos win last night, 83-74 in the pit over Fresno State. One game back, the Aztecs now for first place. Big one coming up on Saturday. Get in on my Lakers and LeBron thing. Laker fan, where are you? I got a lot of Laker fans that I talked to yesterday. It was like, yeah, good. Maybe this will finally get them the hell out. Laker fan is so done with LeBron. At least everyone I talk to. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420.
Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Winner last night in the pit, 83-74 New Mexico over Fresno State. The Lobos have won, 22 in a row at the pit. Defense stole the show. Season high 18 steals, 29 points off of turnovers. Fresno State had 22 free throw attempts in the second half. The officials turned into the story. The Lobos win again. It was San Diego State's loss at Grand Canyon. New Mexico, Nevada, Utah State are all just a game behind the Aztecs in the standings. The opening drive, thanks for finding us this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. You can get in at 505-246-0610. All right, we're going through some NFL stuff, and if you want to get on the Lakers, you can. If you want to get in on the game last night, you're welcome to. Got a bunch of emails coming this morning as well. A couple of other NFL things, JJ, as we were hitting on the NFL, and I just gave you the finalists for the awards, the MVP awards. 5 finalists were announced. It's Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, and Josh Allen, and there's a bunch of other awards that we went out. The coach of the year to me is one of the most intriguing. Liam Cohen, Mike McDonald, Mike Vrabel, Mike Shanahan, and Ben Johnson. In no particular order. What did you make of the press conference yesterday where the Buffalo Bills owner sat up there and defended his GM, ripped into Sean McDermott, and look, Terry Pegula is. I don't know that I recall a lot of instances where owners get in front of the mic and they fix things, right? And it felt to me like this is a fan base that is fractured because they just got their hearts broken again by another controversial call. The window with Josh Allen is probably on the downside. They didn't get to the Super Bowl. They lose. You know this. And the owner, Terry Pegula, says the team hit, quote, the proverbial playoff wall. My decision to bring in a new coach was based on the results of our game in Denver. I did not fire Coach McDermott based on bad officiating. If I can take you into that locker room, I felt like we hit the proverbial playoff wall year after year. 13 seconds, missed field goal, the catch. So I just sensed in that locker room, like, where do we go from here with what we have? And that was the basis for my decision. Part of the press conference. Also in that press conference, he completely backed his general manager who he promoted, Granted Bean. He took a couple of shots at Sean McDermott, shots at his wide receiver, Keon Coleman. What did you make of that whole thing?
He is trying to defend the GM, which he trusts and still believes in. Put blame on Sean McDermott for Keon Coleman. And by the way, Keon Coleman was a second-round draft pick. Still some upside there. He wasn't your number one wide receiver. The fact he ended up being the person to blame in this is hilarious because Keon Coleman wasn't involved in any play where he dropped the football or fumbled it or made a bad play in that game, but they're just looking at, we didn't win because of Keon Coleman. No, you also didn't win just because you had two other receivers that tore their ACL against Shaq. Like, that happened. And then you're down to, it's Keon Coleman and everyone else.
We'll pull Brandon Cooks off the scrap.
And Brandon Cooks was good in the two playoff games. Yeah. He made that catch. And it was an owner that got lost a little bit in the word salad for wanting to defend his GM and his guy that he trusts and really say, this was Sean McDermott. It was on him to draft Keon Coleman. Like, okay. And you still won 12 games and probably should have beat the Broncos because I don't think that was intercepted. But here you are, and now moving forward, what's going to be the difference? Well, you hope, I guess, that your next head coach, if you run into a situation in the playoffs, is more vocal of getting that player review.
You know, as you sit there and listen to him, there's some logic there. There's some logic there. There's the Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers logic. Did you hit the playoff wall? But if your examples are 13 seconds, and I got to go back and look at the 13 seconds game. I know I refer to that game a lot because I think Josh Allen did everything he did to win that game. Was that game on Sean McDermott a little bit, right? The way they kicked off, if I recall. A little bit. He's got to win it because he lost the game. Missed field goal. Is that on Sean McDermott? This catch. So what you're telling me is if the catch is ruled a catch instead of an interception, which you and I both think was a catch, Sean McDermott's still the coach. Well, of course, they're playing. But then if they lose this week, there's a lot in there that I'm like, what are we doing? This was an owner to me, JJ, who's living in a town where it's all about the Buffalo.
Well, heartbreak is what Buffalo's about.
Fair.
They just haven't had the heartbreak in the championship game in this era with Josh Allen.
Okay. And I think he's listening to the noise, and it got really, really loud. And he needed to get out in front of it because he felt that once they hear from him, because it makes so much sense to him, that he was going to calm the masses, and it was all going to be. Now, I've been listening to people tell me, well, now their coaches are less likely to take the job because that guy went out there. Nobody's less likely. Everybody who's being linked to that job, and the Anthony Lynn thing is one of those that I just scratched my head on. Joe Brady, Anthony Lynn, what's the quarterback? Played not Davis. Is it Davis? No.
Davis Webb?
He plays there. Everybody who's linked to the job is familiar with what's going on. They're familiar with the Gula. They're familiar with the pressure. Everybody knows whoever takes that job is well aware that it is win.
There is no NFL job that a person would not take because of the money. Even Jerry Jones. It's an NFL head coaching job. Now, would there be a category of people that could say no to it in this cycle? Possibly.
Well, and is there also a hierarcy where, hey, I can take this job or that job?
But to say, well, now people aren't going to go there. No, it's one of 30.
It's one of 30. And it's one of 32 who's got a quarterback who's won. Right? I mean, it's you've got the biggest piece in it. You want the Browns job or you want that? You want the Cardinals job or you want that? No, honestly.
No, I'm sitting there with one of these candidates. I'm like, I'm like Robert Saleh. Yeah, you go with Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans, but you're like, could I have angled more for Baltimore or Buffalo? Seriously. Could I have got myself in that room a little bit more?
Right? I mean, look, you decide what you think Cam Ward's going to be, and I don't want to judge him just on the rookie year. I mean, my eyes tell me what my eyes tell me, but I think we've all been wrong before, right? Bryce Young is now an NFL quarterback, and I think we got benched, we all thought he was done. We all thought it was a massive mistake.
But there's not many times you get to walk into a job and you're like, who's my starting quarterback?
It's Josh Freeman.
Okay, let's go.
Now let's go get some. If you're going to base this whole thing on Keon Coleman, look, man, I can show you every single franchise in the NFL where they missed on first or second. Promise me. That's why you. That's why you fire. I'm not mad at them firing Sean McDermott.
No, it's just Keon Coleman's a weird scapegoat in all this.
I think that's totally right. Or is he scapegoating Sean McDermott by pointing out that's where he's been?
Well, if you didn't draft Keon Coleman, you would have won this game.
Who else was available when Keon Coleman got drafted? Man, I honestly don't. Like if you go back and look at that draft, is there somebody in that draft? Is that the Puka Nacua draft? It is. It was a year out, right? And by the way, everybody passed on Puka Nacua 4 times. I mean, who saw that happen? Because he was a 5th round pick. Everybody passed. But yeah, it's a weird state. It's a really. All right, 505-246-0610. Email Jeff at sportsanimal82.com. JJ at sportsanimal82.com. We got to hit the LeBron thing. Go ahead.
It was, he was the first pick of the second round.
Yeah.
So they invested in him. I get it. So right after him, it was Ladd McConkey. And then you have then Jalen Polk, picked by the Patriots. He was already cut this year.
Okay. Wasn't any better.
A.D. Mitchell went later in the second round.
Not sure I think he's much better. So there wasn't a lot
there's
left.
not like dudes that you're like, oh, you missed.
Did they have a first round pick? Did they do something in the first round? How they got first pick and second round?
Should do trades, making moves.
So there was nothing there for the cap, right?
No, they didn't select in the first round.
They
so
thought
yeah,
they thought that was the best
out.
receiver. And
because it went the late first round, so 28 was Xavier Worthy, and then you had Ricky Pearsall go 31. Xavier Legette go 32. You had a little wide receiver run right there at the end of the first round.
All right, 505-246-0610. I want to get into the LeBron thing from the Lakers and the whole bus family, the Genie bus, the lack of gratitude, drafting Bronny, just the big giant drama piece that came out of the Lakers. We'll do that when we get back. I'm going to tell you about my friends at LaBarge Landscape because I think what they do is phenomenal, and I just don't believe they're going to be better. LaBarge Landscape is just the best what they do. They came out to my place about 4 months ago, and it's amazing what a cleanup in my yard did. Just transformed the whole look. It got away from me, and I need some help. And so they came out, and the whole place looks better. The grass is green, which sounds pretty basic, but it wasn't before. The irrigation system works, and all these shrubs are cleaned up. My yards are fun now. My front yard and the backyard, I enjoy pulling to the house. I love it. You can have that as well. I know a lot of people think, well, you know what, it's cold out, it's not that time of year. It's New Mexico. We spend time in our yard all the time. You wait till spring, you're going to get on a list. And what happens is, by the time your project is done, you lose half the next summer. Call LaBarge Landscape now and have them come out and transform your yard into exactly what you want. You know what you want, they're going to create it for you. They'll get it done. If you don't know what you want, you know that you want something but you're not sure, their design team's going to come out to your place, look at your space, and they'll drop a bunch of designs until you and your family have exactly what it is you're looking for. You're going to get years of enjoyment out of this landscape transformation. You're going to love it just like I do. And remember this, the people who enjoy that new landscape in the spring, those are the people who call LaBarge Landscaping now. And if you're just looking for a cleanup, you got leaves down, you need some shrub trim, LaBarge Landscaping does that as well. Talk to them about it for regular maintenance things. LaBarge Landscaping, L-A-B-A-R-G, LaBargeLandscape.net. Go look at all their beautiful pictures on there, what they're doing. And then call them at 505-345-3000. That's 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is it's LaBarge.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies.
Was Bronny Buck? Is he in the NBA?
Probably on a G League deal. Is it a two-way?
I stayed at school making more money playing.
Everyone knows why Bronny was drafted, by the way.
Does this end the LeBron Lakers thing? Because I go back and forth. And look, I'm not a LeBron guy. I have no problem with those of you who are. I'm done trying to justify it. I don't care. It's not even, you got to be a Kobe guy. It's not even, right? It's been a long thing for me. I just find LeBron to be very, 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 very me. And whatever. It's just fun. Does he end his career in a good league?
I think if he wants to play next season, it will be somewhere else. Yeah. And, LeBron is so polarizing that whatever franchise he's on, if it's not the Cavaliers, I think even the Heat fans are fine with him probably at this point in time with what he's had. It's going to be split 50-50 because you're either root for him or against him. It's not, that's a good player. It really wasn't on my mind, but I'm glad he's on my team. No, you're either like LeBron or you don't. There's no in between. And for so many people, they didn't like LeBron James, and then he joined the Lakers, and if you're a Laker fan, you're like, well, how am I supposed to like this guy? He's that good. He's that polarizing. And they never had that. Like, you think about the Lakers and who they've been as a franchise, and everyone just thinks, the Lakers are going to buy everything up. They've never done this with a player. Like, Shaq wasn't that polarizing when he came from the Magic. He was like, we just got a great player. But they've never had a player like this. It's either been someone that was drafted there, or even Kareem coming over, but it was nothing like this.
Give me another player, period. Not
There's
the
no
Lakers
one like
who's
this.
been that polarizing. Give me another player, period, in any franchise.
No one. It's that level. It's Jordan-esque. what we're talking about, just in terms of the impact across the board, where you're not excited that you got a good player. You're like, oh, I don't like this.
Look, I grew up a Lakers fan. I was a Lakers fan my whole life. I grew up with Showtime Lakers. And I just couldn't. Now, my brother did. My brother's on board. Oh, dude, it's the name on the front, not the back. You know, he was all about the Lakers and trying to convince me what a great guy. I'm a great. Cool, man. Like that's your thing. I'm down with it. I'm not mad at you. LeBron's an unbelievable player. Do the Lakers owe him anything at this point?
I don't think anymore.
And he feels, according to, as you read through that story, and it's a long read, but it's worth the read. I get the feeling that, LeBron feels the Lakers owe him. This new ownership, I feel, is done. Certainly this new ownership, the way, it's business, the ownership, the Dodgers ownership, the Premier Soccer ownership, they're done. I mean, this is it for them, right? He's either retiring this year or he can go. And I think the call is go back to Cleveland, although Cleveland's pretty good, and retire in Cleveland, and where they will always love you. I kind of feel that's the answer, although he's LA guy. That feels like the way. Do you think it should play out that way anyway? Do you think LeBron should end his career as a Cowboy?
I think if he wants to play next season, that would make sense to where he's at in his career, what he can do, what if you bring in LeBron, and even with that ego and attitude, you go, all right, you want to finish your career here, man? Awesome. You know how this team is going to run. We know what you're going to do. You're going to provide us some good minutes. We'll give you some more rest days throughout the season, but you're not LeBron James.
All right, we'll finish this conversation a little bit because there's so much to it. But I just, Laker fan, I'm really curious where you are. I think I know. I really do think I know because I talked to enough of you. But all right, Jerry Palm's with us when we get back. Palm Brackets is his website. We'll get his final thoughts on the college football championship and start diving into some hoops a little bit with him. I want to tell you about John Thomas Jewelers, my jeweler, where you can design the ring, you can see the creation step by step, and either she loves it or they will remake it. This isn't just custom, it's confidence. The No Regrets engagement ring is exclusively at John Thomas Jeweler, who's been voted best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 straight years and voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. Why are they my jewelry store? Because they are the best, because the service is unsurpassed, the quality cannot be beaten, and what they do, how they do it, and the feel is just beyond reproach. And the No Regrets engagement is insane. When you buy a ring and you're proposing, you think she loves you, but how do you know she's going to love the ring? What if you could see your engagement before, and then you could change what she doesn't love? Even up to a year after it's made. That's what the No Regrets engagement ring is, and John Thomas Jewelers is the only one in New Mexico who does this. Get a hold of them, talk to them about custom consultation. You design the ring, or maybe you see something amongst the 3,000 they've got right there and you love it and you want that. You're able to make one of the biggest decisions of your life, right? Don't guess, don't stress. It's the exclusive No Regrets engagement. You see the design in 3D, preview it in wax, and even after you propose, you've got a full year to make changes if she wants something different. Now that is peace of mind. That is John Thomas Jewelers. On Louisiana, 3rd floor, Lewis University building, 1 block south of Manal, right across from Coronado Center. John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast.
Serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell. Serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell. The question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito.
Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505.
College football season is come to a close. Indiana beat Miami for the national championship in Miami on Monday. Hell of a watch, wasn't it? It was a fun season, man. As imperfect as college football is, we had a really, really exciting playoff. It's the opening drive, Jefferson Vieta and J.J. Buck. Check in with our good friend who runs Palm Brackets. It's a website that should be on your everyday checklist as you go through your stuff for both hoops and football. Jerry Palm joins us from the road somewhere in America. Hello, Jerry Palm. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
All right. Where are you today?
I am back in Montgomery, Alabama. We just spent almost a week in L.A. Going to visit some friends and see the Purdue doubleheader out there.
How'd you feel about that?
USC, UCLA. Yep.
You feel as bad as Mick Cronin did? I mean, Mick Cronin won and he was pissed off.
Yeah, well, I think that's his general state.
Yeah.
That's like his default state. Yeah.
The Big Ten's out to screw us, and the Big Ten doesn't care about basketball.
Right. So, I mean, that was a good game. You know, learned something about both teams. They're both missing players that are out injured, and UCLA probably, I don't know, maybe misses them more, but because Sky Clark is out, and because of that, they have zero depth. They play 5 starters that are they're all good players, all of them. And then they still bring 4 guys off the bench against Purdue. Those 4 guys came in, they played 20 minutes, and I don't think any of them got any stats at all. No points for sure, but no points, no assists, I don't think anything. It's just, they've got no depth that they trust anyway. And so that's, through the grind of a Big Ten season, that's going to be difficult to maintain your energy. You get to February, March, and you're still playing 5 guys mostly. That's going to be a problem.
Would you make that was Donovan Dent's best game at the Bruin? Obviously, right.
Oh, he was fabulous.
People love him.
He was fabulous. Yeah, we couldn't do anything with him. He was tremendous. Bilodeau was good. I mean, all these guys are good players. But Dent went off.
What do you think of Pauly Pavilion? Because it sounds like, and I wasn't there, but I saw that game. It sounds like that was the first time this year Pauly Pavilion kind of came to life.
I've been there twice. The first time I was there, I didn't see, it wasn't Purdue, it was USC. And this was definitely a better environment. The place was mostly full. There were a lot of Purdue fans. They were loud. UCLA fans were loud as their team got better into the game. So, it's, and at USC, the Purdue fans, really outnumbered USC's, and so it was because Purdue fans. That the arena sold out all the time, And if you live out west, your only chance to ever see them is when they're out there. So, yeah, a lot of Purdue fans around.
Jerry Palm's with us. Palm Brackets is his website with us here on Lead Sports Animal. All right, since you started hoop, let's stay hoop. There was a good win around here last night. Mountain West is a weird league this year, and San Diego State suffered their first loss, a tough one at Grand Canyon last night. You have them as if I put the over-under 2.5 teams, and this is a conference that's had 4 or 5 teams in the tournament, as we sit here today and understanding that nothing's in a vacuum, if I put the over-under at 2.5 teams getting into the tournament, where would you go?
Under.
Go under 2.
Definitely.
Wow.
Yep. I will be. They have a better chance of 1 than 3.
I think that's probably right. Yeah. And with Utah State losing twice in the last 2 weeks, they've gone from a team that was probably in for sure to they're out of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you lose, let's say they win all the way out the regular season, they go into the conference tournament, they lose again. You know, that actually makes for a very uncomfortable Selection Sunday, I would guess. It's hard to be really accurate on that this far out, but yeah, it's San Diego State with a 2-game lead now.
One game. They lost last night.
No, you're right, because they just lost.
Yeah, they lost last night. There's 3 teams right behind them, 1 game back.
Yeah. So, right. Oh, 3?
Yeah, Utah State, Nevada, New Mexico, all right behind.
Oh yeah, but then there's 2 others that are 5 and 2. So there's 5 teams with 1 game back in the loss column.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that's a pretty tight race. That should be fun.
Jerry, more surprising to you, Nebraska or Miami, Ohio?
Nebraska, because they're playing Big Ten teams. Miami of Ohio's got one of the worst schedules that you probably ever see. And that's a good program. Don't get me wrong. I don't really want to take that much away from it, but Miami of Ohio's schedule isn't anything like what Nebraska's playing. And Miami of Ohio's historically a pretty decent MAC program, right? Whereas Nebraska, for years and years and years, didn't know which end of a basketball was up. So, but Fred Hoiberg has done a good job building this program up, where they've been competitive in recent years, and now this year they've really hit a peak, and they've been terrific. It's just hard, they haven't played. I can't say they haven't played anybody because they won at Illinois, so it's not like this is not legitimate in some way. But they still have to go to Michigan, so that should be the really good tests are still to come. But at Illinois that's a pretty hang your hat on your hang that on your resume win.
Jerry Palm joining us in the opening drive. And Jerry, we look at some of the top teams in college basketball right now, and there's a lot of good teams. There's some gaudy records, but is there like an elite tier that have separated themselves that you're keeping an eye on for they made those first 4 number 1 teams?
Well, I guess Arizona still undefeated, of course. Duke has been really good. Michigan's been really good. I don't know that it's just 4. Gonzaga, of course, is having a great year again. But I would, Nebraska, of course, still undefeated. So, Vanderbilt was off to a great start. Now they've hit the skids a little bit. But I don't know, because you get behind that, you've got Iowa State, Purdue, UConn, Houston. Those teams are right there, too. I don't know that it's just 4. I think as we get deeper into conference play, then these teams start to show a little bit. You get a little more interplay among those teams in conference play. So, but I think you've got 8 to 10 that are you could legitimately see them winning a national championship.
Big game in the Big Ten tomorrow, and from what I understand, it's a really, really hard ticket. Ohio State's at Michigan tomorrow. Who's the best team in the Big Ten? Michigan, Nebraska, Purdue. That league is ridiculous right now.
Yeah. I would say it's Michigan. I don't really want to discount Nebraska until somebody beats them. You've got to throw them in there. Purdue's a little beat up at the moment, but Braden Smith got abused at USC pretty good. and I think it showed at UCLA a little bit. But it's those three teams, are Michigan State. You could see any of those teams in the Final Four.
Michigan State, and I'm watching into them too. All right, I want to go over to football, and you spent so much of your life in Indiana, and I know we talked about it last week. Now it's complete. That story is complete. They win it. They win it the way they win it. They win it with a fourth down. And I don't want to. When we relive the Mendoza touchdown, when we go back and I think the whole story is going to have to be told. It was fourth down. They were up by 3. Signetti sends out the field goal unit, doesn't like it, calls timeout, changes his plan, calls the quarterback sneak, and then Mendoza pinballs his way in like he did. I mean, just, the end of the movie is so good, and then they ended on an interception. Put into context for people who don't understand Indiana sports lore and what that means, because when you try to tell someone that's one of the greatest stories ever, one of the greatest underdog stories, you get lost in hyperbole of recency bias, but I don't think you can.
Okay, so Indiana's always Indiana, the state, is big-time basketball. Just from the grassroots level to the pros, it's a huge basketball state. And Indiana, of course, at least a former blue blood program, right? There are 5 national titles. The last one was in 1986. After Bobby Knight left, they haven't been elite at that level. Tom Crean had a good run with them, but they've been trying to find the right coach still. They're still looking for Bobby Knight, and that's part of the problem that they're having with the basketball program. They're not bad. Don't get me wrong. They're just not, the threat that they always were in the 70s and 80s. And then, of course, Purdue's been really good, and, Butler's at the moment, and Notre Dame's at the moment. So it's a basketball state all the way through. But football, Indiana, if you go back 2 years before Signetti shows up, and you were to name the 5 worst major conference football programs ever, Indiana would be very high on that list. Maybe first. I don't know, because Northwestern has certainly struggled, but they would be among the worst major conference programs in football, in the history of college football. So for them to go from that to like literally nobody cared about football in Indiana, to this it's one of the most stunning turnarounds that you would ever imagine. And it could only happen now in the sport, because now you have the ability to throw money, gobs of it, at a program. So Indiana is like the peak, the max of what you can do in the new era of college sports, in college football. They threw a bunch of money at the program. That's fine. A lot of programs do that. But then you have to spend it wisely. Well, probably nobody has ever spent it more wisely than Indiana has. Go get Curt Signetti. Give him the money to go get the players he needs. Not a bunch of 5-star guys necessarily, but just the players that he needs to fit what he wants to do. And it's remarkable. But it's the peak of what you can do in the new era of college sports. This kind of a turnaround could not have happened 10 years ago.
Totally agree. So I made this argument, and I looked at Indiana, I looked at Vanderbilt. I'm not going to be surprised if somewhere like Stanford starts getting better. Schools with large, affluent alumni bases all of a sudden can make a difference. I saw the story of what Mark Cuban wants to offer Mendoza to stay in Indiana next year, right? And all of a sudden, it's not just going to be Alabama and Auburn and Georgia, but schools with large, affluent, educated alumni bases are going to start throwing money at it. And Vanderbilt and Indiana are the examples. And they're really going to be the poster child for that. Yeah, Mark Cuban coming along, and not just him, of course, but he's the most noteworthy of the people who came along and threw a ton of money at this program and said, hey, go do something smart with it. And they went out and did something smart with it. And that's what this story is. But it is a
it's a remarkable turnaround, but you also have to keep in the context that this is not something you could have really done until a few years ago.
Yeah, that context isn't lost, and I think it's as important as anything that we tell the story. All right, we can go to his website. The website is Palm, P-A-L-M, Palm Brackets, and it's updated every day. There's projections, there's brackets, there's all kinds of stuff. It's great content. Your social media handles are?
JPPU85.
Go follow him. It's a great
which I need to probably do something about.
Yeah, well, when you do something, let me know, and I'll help you with it. All right. So is Montgomery your base now, or what's the deal?
No. So, we're living in this RV, and our current base is Montgomery, but we're going to travel in it. So we'll go, our next stop will be in Florida. We'll be there for a few weeks, another spot in Florida for a few weeks, go back home for the spring a little bit because my son's graduating from Purdue in May. We want to be the best of the Final Fours at Indy, so we'll be up there in the spring. So we don't have – Indy is our base. That's where my wife's house is and her parents are. And so that's our base. But otherwise, we're just traveling.
Enjoy it. No, it's great. I love that you're doing that. We'll catch up with you next week. Safe traveling and enjoy the weekend.
All right, thanks.
All right, here's Jerry Palm and Palm Brackets.
On the road again.
I didn't ask him about the Bears. He led with Purdue. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610.
This report is sponsored by Aleve.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove.
It would have been a horrible loss.
Tell me you don't understand resumes?
Yeah.
With a statement like that.
Those are games And look, when you go to Fresno here in a few weeks, it's the same concept.
Fresno.
It's every game doesn't have to be a gigantic win, but it's a big win because it's not a big loss, if that makes sense. And who you are right now as Level basketball and who you want to be, and as you sit here at 15-4 and 6-2, like you're in a nice place, you're a good team. I do believe you're good. You're 41 in the net ranking, but there's not a ton of opportunity. Utah State's in front of you. But you're watching everybody else as they go through it. San Diego State gets beat at Grand Canyon just like I thought they would yesterday. And that's why a game like that, it's a big win because it wasn't a big win. Here comes another opportunity. What is JJ, when Nevada comes in at 66, that's a quad 2 opportunity at home. Is that correct? Right? Is it top 75 or top 50 at home? You got an opportunity.
1 through 30.
1 through 30 at home?
Yeah.
It's a quad 2 out. But again, that's all it is. You can't lose to the Wyoming. You can't lose to Fresno State. With all due respect, I mean, UNLV's dangerous, but metrics-wise, that would hurt you too. You got to play them. So yeah, a win like last night, good win, nice win. Nobody said gigantic, huge, best ever. Big win. Why? Because it wasn't a big loss. 505-246-0610. Your thoughts today. Emails this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past. Built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
AM 610 KNML, the sports animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, big win for the Lobos last night. Big win in the essence that it wasn't a big loss. A good bounce-back performance coming off the loss in San Diego. Open up a 20-point second-half lead, win by 9 in a game that was really just brought to a screeching halt by a lot of whistles, a technical foul by head coach Eric Olin, his first since reportedly 2018, and a victory that brings you into second place and one game behind first place San Diego State. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Thanks for finding us this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in today, and you can join us there on the email machine, Jeff at sportsanalytic.com and JJ at sportsanalytic.com. You know, I got an email earlier. It said it must not have been that great of a game. It must have been a boring game, says Mike. The whole show's been about refs and the chick on the unicycle. First of all, the best part was the chick on the unicycle was phenomenal.
The Red Panda was fun, halftime entertainment.
A woman on a 10-foot unicycle putting 5 bowls on her leg and flipping them onto her head while she's got a stack on her head. I mean, it was spectacular. Your mic's open. 505-246-0610. She was. What's that?
Sorry, it's Rudy.
Yeah.
The mic on. Apologize. Oh, no, it's on.
That's a lot going on. We're going to hear from Eric Olin in a bit, and I want to start with cut 3 when we do that. But I'll take the phone call first. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning. I told the officials congratulations on the worst officiated game in the history of the pit.
Wow, that's coming from you. Yeah, you've seen some crappy ones, and you still won by 9 points.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what was going on, but the moment we went up by 20, they went to work with a whistle. And I just was shocked at some of the calls. But when you have a good enough team that you can allow the opponent to shoot 26 free throws, 22 in the second half, and still win by 9, that says a lot. And I think it really was just the steals. You know, I mean, we stole them blind. And when you can do that, you're really disruptive on offense. And I know they were missing their point guard. Well, you know, that's the way it rolls, right, Jeff?
Sometimes it does. Yeah, sometimes it does go that way. Look, I go out and play who you play. I said this earlier, and I don't know if you were with us, but I'm really glad Eric Olin got that technical. I was telling the guy next to me, I'm like, he's going to get a T, and he should get a T, and he stood up for his team. And I thought the technical foul that he got was so beautifully on brand. It wasn't him throwing his water bottle or stomping. It was him saying, probably in the same tone he uses all the time, whatever the magic word happened to be, got his point across, turned around, sipped out of his water bottle, got his technical foul, moved on. And I thought that was him stepping up for his team. I thought, honestly, I'm glad he got it. I thought he needed to go out and get it.
Yeah, it was just the weirdest game. I had never seen. I think the only referee I'd ever seen in the pit before was Galinas.
Okay.
But I don't think I'd ever seen Andy O'Brien or Jeb Hartnett there. But I just couldn't figure out what they were looking at because you're allowed to fight through a screen, you know. So we came back home and, of course, you know, had our little post game and watched GCU and San Diego State, and it's heartbreaking watching what could be the best conference in college basketball turn into two
it's not the best
conferences that are going to struggle.
Yeah, it's not the best conference in college basketball. What did you think of the call at the end of that game?
West.
In the West. All right, in the West. What did you think of the call at the end of that game?
You know, again, it's officiating, and I thought it was a foul, but I didn't.
You thought
I
that
could
was
never
a
figure
foul?
Well, I didn't know who they called it on. That was the problem.
They called it on Simmons, not on Bird. Bird went up high, and I thought there was no contact down there.
Yeah, and I saw that last night, too, 3 times in the pit where New Mexico made no contact and they called a foul. And I don't know if it's an official saying I missed another call before or, you know, and of course the conspiracy theorists say that it's Vegas who's calling the shots, not the referees on the court, and they're told what to do. But I don't live in a conspiracy theory world like that, so.
Well, but then it would have gone the other way because Fresno State's leaving the conference. I mean, if that's the world in which, you know, you believe.
Yeah, exactly, Jeff. So what it was a really hotly contested basketball game, and sometimes it comes down to I don't like officials determining the game in the last second of the game. I want it to be a foul. We kicked it around for 15 minutes here at my house, you know, and at the end of the day, it wasn't any more a foul than some of the fouls that they called last night on UNM to get Fresno State closer. I don't, you know, so officiating is what it is, and it's just day to day. You're going to see an official do things that make you scratch your head, and we're not the one with the whistle or the zebra shirt, so we just get to talk about it the next day, right?
I don't like talking about it. I made it very clear. I'm not like I spend very little time over the years talking about it. I just thought last night my biggest sentiment walking out of the building last night was the official, and it almost never is, but it was last night.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good to hear you. At least you got it in a win. The worst officiated game Rudy ever saw in the pit, and he's seen some. At least it came in a win, right? All right. Who played cut 3? This is Eric Olin last night on the radio post-game show with Robert Portnoy and Hunter Green. It's courtesy of the UNM Sports Radio Network. And we'll play these out of order, but I'm fine with that because the conversation right now is on the officials. So he was asked on the foul discrepancy. Again, the foul discrepancy was 24-16, and probably 4 of those fouls on Fresno State of their 16 were intentional towards the end of the game when they were trying to extend the game. So here's Lobo coach Eric Olin on the fouls.
Yeah, it's frustrating last 8 minutes. Like, you know, it is what it is. We got to do better. That's my first technical since 2018.
Look at you.
Didn't even deserve it. So,
that's what hurts.
You know,
when you deserve it, it's okay. But when you don't, it's...
You know, I just told him I had high expectations for tonight, and I got a technical for that. So, you know, it is what it is. I thought for 32 minutes we did a decent job, and then the game really changed. I don't put a lot of weight into the last 8 minutes when we're evaluating our guys. So we'll just kind of focus on the part that was real.
I'm fine with everything there, man. I really am. I don't, you know, I'm not going to evaluate it. When you walked out of that building, did it feel to you like a 9-point game or a
20-point game?
And that's what he's going to evaluate himself on. I get it. It goes down as a 9-point game, and it is what it is, and whatever cliche you want to throw at it. But everybody in that building, and I would guess Vance Wahlberg, the head coach of Fresno State, probably felt the same way. Right? The whole flow was just...
Hit some shots within that, and where a 20-point game is down to 7 at one point.
All right, this is Eric Olin, you know, about the last 8 minutes of the game and the issues over the last 8 minutes. Like Robert and Hunter tried to expound on it.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I got a little caught up in that, which, you know, is difficult. Like, I got to be better there and not get caught up in that when things get crazy like that. But So that's on me. I told the guys like last 8 minutes is on me, and we kind of we were a little out of sorts, but it's hard. It's hard when it goes that way, and so we're happy to get the result. I thought we played really well for a lot of the game, and yeah, we probably won't spend a lot of time on the last 8.
Yeah, that's fair. Way it should be. We spent more time on the last 8 than we probably should have too. We did. All right, more from Eric when we get back. What stands out from the stat sheet? We'll talk about the points off of turnovers in the Lobo victory last night. 83-74 over Fresno State. Here comes Nevada next. Steve Alford, Craig Neal, and a good Nevada team who just won big over Wyoming. We'll get into that when we get back. Hey, it's one of the best times of the year to be a sportsman, right? Hence, one of the best times of the year to play Prize Picks. I'm having a great time on Prize Picks. I download the app, and it is always good to be right. You got football, basketball, hockey, even soccer. We're watching all the games. Download the Prize Picks app. You don't just watch. You play. And when you're right, you get paid. With Prize Picks, you download the app, you pick a lineup of 2 to 6 players, you pick more or less, and you have fun. You win with your favorite players, Josh Allen, Steph Curry, LeBron, whoever it happens to be. And on Prize Picks, you can mix it up. So your lineup can be part football, part basketball, however you like it. On Prize Picks, you stack players. That means if you like Wemby one night, you can play his points, his rebounds, his three-pointers, all that. I'm looking at tonight. You got Klay Thompson. Ooh, Klay Thompson versus Golden State, baby. That's an interesting one. 12.5 points. You want more or less? Yusuf Nurkic. Points, rebounds, and assists, more or less than 27.5. I kind of like that. You want Şengün tonight? 8.5 rebounds, more or less, against Philly. That's how you do it. When you pick your lineups and then you sit back and watch. Prize Picks even offers really pay. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you've got the option to cash out those winnings before the game even ends. Download the Prize Picks app. Enter the code KNML. You'll get $50 of Prize Picks lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML, $50 in lineups, free when you play your first $5 lineup on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right.
The exciting action of the NFL postseason is on.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com.
All right. How do you feel about that game last night? Hey, you can talk about the game itself, too. By the way, the defense was really good. Lobo defense had 18 steals. JJ's not wrong. The fact that they were playing without their point guard, Fresno State. Zayon Collins didn't play. But that doesn't mean you just go out and throw lollipop passes and lazy passes. And there were passes. There were lazy passes. The Lobos created 18 turnovers, or 18 steals that turned into 22 turnovers for Fresno State. And that's impressive. The story of the game, outside of the last 8 minutes of officiating, was 29-10 on turnovers. Right? So when Eric Olin was asked after the game, and this again courtesy of the UNN Sports Radio Network, what stands out on the final stat sheet, that had to be it, right?
I mean, really nice margin in the turnovers. We got a lot more shots than them, which was good because we didn't shoot it great. So getting a few extra attempts was helpful. Yeah, I thought we were really disruptive. 42 points off turnovers, 18 steals. Like those are big time numbers. Guys did a great job.
I'd expound on the turnovers because I think defensively this team all year has been really good. And so talk a little bit more. The points off turnovers, 29-10 in New Mexico.
Yeah, that's important for us. We want to have good pace. Our offensive pace is pretty good. But yeah, if we can get out and run, that starts with getting stops. If you got to take it out of the net all the time, then you got to face it as a net defense. So we talked about things being connected there, and I thought our defense really helped our offense tonight.
There's no doubt. And you look at who had the steals. Luke Hopp doesn't get gigantic numbers offensively, and he didn't shoot incredibly well. He was 4 for 10, but he had 9 points. But he had 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 steals to go with 6 assists. I mean, I don't know how you look at players, and it's always funny when I sit in my, I go up and sit in the seats and listen to the fans. I told you the guy next to me is super into it, and people behind me, Troll needs to stop shooting, and then all of a sudden he hits 3 in a row. Like, Troll's great, right? And what's Hop shooting? Why is he even shooting? I would argue with Chris Howell out, and do we know how long? I mean, do we expect Chris Howell back?
It's a giant question mark right now. Luke Hopp is playing that Chris Howell role, which is just that
glue,
facilitator, do a little bit of everything, guard, defend, right passes. And here's the thing, and I know exactly what you're saying because even sitting on press row, you hear some of that.
Yeah.
You get the game of basketball, you're gonna miss shots. Sometimes you're gonna take a bad shot. Not every possession is going to be fluid. And you have to shoot if you're a shooter. Even if you're 0 for 7 because that affects the entire offense. Like if you're out there and if you don't take an open shot, and I'm not saying you force everything, but it's a game of basketball. There's going to be some wonky possessions. There's going to be some bad possessions. But if you're a shooter that doesn't shoot, that changes the defense and that changes your offense. So yeah, you might be in a slump, but there's a reason that Antonio Troll might be 0 for 8, but the next open 3, coaching staff says you still have to take that shot.
Shoot the ball. Yeah, and because it affects everybody else too. If they're going to lay off of you, somebody else gets double team. Hupp, 5 steals. Uriah Tenet, 4 steals. Thomas Bullion, 3 steals. Bullion had an interesting steal.
I thought early in the season, I was like, yes, it's good, but it was just banging around, grabbing a rebound, putting it back. Now you're seeing some touch, and that changes. Again, going back to that, changes the way people defend him. The fact that he can get the ball in the high post, make a play with it, rip it baseline, have that quick step. It opens up the offense. It shows just the level of player he is, where it's not just, hey, I'm just being physical, so I'm going to go in here and just bounce around. You still want that, but now you're getting this added element of more defense and all of a sudden an offensive game that's expanding a little bit away from the basket, which just open up more things under the basket. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, no, the Bullion in a China shop piece is it's the way he's been getting the rim, the way he's been forcing his way to rebounds. Like, he ain't playing anymore. You know what? There's times where he just looks like the man that he is.
Yeah, he's like, I'm an adult.
Yes.
You're a kid.
Yes.
Get out of the way. And you love to see that. And it's the growth, and it takes time. And all these guys were brand new on the floor together. And another player that has jumped out to me over the last 2 weeks, too, is Dayton Albury. You know, he's playing like a guard. He's not just driving to get fouled. He's driving to score and make a play.
All right, 505-246-06. You can get in on the actual game itself, because, I mean, look, for 30 minutes of that, it was pretty entertaining basketball. All right, David's in on the San Diego State Grand Canyon game. And again, the end of that game was weird. BJ Davis misses a couple of free throws. Second leading free throw percentage shooter in the league, San Diego State. They battle back from 12 down. They take a 1-point lead. He missed the free throws with 7-point-something seconds to go. And Mekhi Williams goes down and gets fouled. The foul was called not on Bird. David said, Grand Canyon San Diego State game, the SDSU point guard bodied him before he left the floor. So there's your foul. Don't remember his name, the one that missed the front end of the 1-on-1. Okay, but that's not who they called the foul. The foul was called on Simmons, not on BJ Davis. He says, anyway, he makes those, and it's different, and he was awarded free throws not long before that on a drive where he clearly pushed off right in front of the SDSU bench. You're right on that. That was an offensive foul. So I don't feel any pity for them. They usually get their share of calls. They got plenty of those the other night in San Diego against the Lobos. They all usually even out, right? Or so I hear. It's life on the road in college basketball. Except last night in the pit, LOL. Good thing the Lobos were up 20, and the crowd sucked last night. Hopefully it's much better Saturday. This team is better than the support they've received so far, especially at home for conference games. I will tell you this. That was the most open seats in a long time I can remember for a conference game. Period.
Are people getting too far ahead of themselves?
Meaning?
Thinking about next year as opposed to enjoying the moment?
I don't know. Look, the weather was good.
Felt the same way. There wasn't a lot of energy, and I'm not going to get upset. Especially when you jump out early and you have a double-digit lead on Fresno State. Like, how loud is the building going to get at a certain point?
I'm not worried about the loudness. I just looked around the building, and I'm like, holy smokes, man. This looks like, a game against Alabama State in November. Right? That's what I'm saying. Look, I don't know what the future level of basketball is. I think it's always going to be something that's really special. But I don't know. It wasn't a 9 o'clock start. Understood it was a weeknight. Fresno State's not your premier opponent, but it's a league opponent. Last time they're going to be in for a long time, right? Who knows when Fresno State's going to come? Yeah, I thought the crowd was, for New Mexico standards, disappointing. For anybody else's standard, it was really good. But you hold yourself to a different standard, and I understand. So what happens on Saturday is going to be interesting. Carl said Steve Alford, Craig Neal, and the goofy-looking weather. Jeff, how does this supposedly big winter storm they have been hyping all week, moving in right about post time, impact the game? It could. It's funny. The guy next to me said, "Yeah, the storm's coming in. Let's see how the weather is." Like what? I don't know. 6 o'clock game on Saturday night. How bad is the storm going to be? You got
You don't know.
Noodles and
If
Alfred
it's-
coming in. And
If it's bad, you can't control that. Like if it's icy, there's people not comfortable driving at that point in time. Yeah, it's gonna affect it, but we won't know until 4:30 on Saturday.
I get. I look. I'm not mad at anybody. Those who go out there till Wednesday night.
Is the team bus gonna get there? We'll find out. You never know.
We all got stuff to do. Yeah. But it's everything. You can't play every game on Saturday. Oh wait, Saturday's bad. The NFL's in the way. Wednesday at 7 seems like a pretty decent post.
Normal college basketball show.
All right, 505-246-0610. You can keep them coming. You can get in on the LeBron story that came out on ESPN. I got NFL news for you. Mike McCarthy evidently has got an interview with one of these teams that has an opening. With a pretty big fan base around here. I'll ask you how you feel about that when we get back. Fellas, how you feeling? How you feeling? Huh? How you feeling? Hopefully you're feeling good. But if you're down a little bit, feeling tired, gaining weight, losing muscles, don't feel like you're struggling to focus, it could be signs of low T or hormone imbalance, and there is some help for you, and it is local, and it is really, really effective. It's the team at Vita Vital Medical, and they are Albuquerque's experts specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED solutions, and peptide therapy. They help you restore your strength, your energy, your confidence, your performance. You just flat out feel better. And isn't that the key? They're local, and they know what works. It's proven. They'll help you get back in the game, and they formulate a program that is focused on you. There isn't some drawer they open up or some website they send you to, and here, do this and take this. No. They listen to you. They take the time to understand your goals. What's your body feeling? What are you going through? How long? What are your symptoms? What is it you want? What do you want to be? Then they create a plan that's tailored to you. Take action today. Don't sit on the sidelines anymore. Feel better. It's been too long. 505-240-8559 is the number. 505-240-8559. You can go online at VitaVitalMedical.com. That's V-I-D as in David, A. V-I-T as in Thomas, A-L. VitaVitalMedical.com. And get back to being the man you know you are. Feel alive again with Vita Vital Medical, Albuquerque's hormone health experts.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico.
All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanalytic.com, J at sportsanalytic.com. All right, hold on. I like doing my TJ Shot. All right, I just slammed the thing. All right, hold on. Attendance hot take. I got one from Lobo Hobo. He's got a Jeff, my theory is casual/fringe fans only have so much money to spend on Lobo Athletics and so much time. This season, folks that might normally be in Wise Pies went to see Lobo football instead. It doesn't help the home slate doesn't blow your socks off kind of opponent. There isn't a single game I'm like, oh, I can't miss that. Okay, it's a theory. I don't know that. So I guess the difference between now and other seasons in regards to that theory would be football. You spent your money on football instead, and so I don't know the time. I mean, does it matter if you went to a football game on a Saturday in October? Does it matter on a Wednesday in January? I mean, the time doesn't matter. If you're saying you spent your money on that, all right, fair enough. I mean, I get that. You know, you go out there. I mean, I bought a burger and chips and a couple of waters. 2 burgers, 2 chips, 2 waters. It was $55. You know, that's fair. You only have so much. I'll listen to the theory. This one is a little correction on Jerry Palm's comment. Indiana's last natty in basketball was 1987, not 86. UCLA got a big boost with a win over Purdue. Mountain West has very few chances of big wins, but lots of chances for bad losses. Fair formula. That's on the text line, 505-246. Text line also says, thought I heard an ad yesterday on where to buy some retro gear for Saturday's game, but haven't heard it again. Where can I get some retro gear?
The Lobo Den store at the pit.
Lobo Den store at the pit. Go to the pit.
Really? And for Fresno State, whether it was this year or last year, I think it's nitpicking, man. A Wednesday night game and you're like 11,000 people. Whew. What's wrong with Lobo basketball?
Well, again,
what?
It is nitpicking. But
now, if this was Saturday, it's a different conversation.
All right, I'll push back on this because I do believe that this fan base holds its crowd numbers. what's the identity of this damn sports culture, let alone the state? So, what's the idea? It's the pit, right?
The attendance numbers at the pit.
It is. Well, it's just the attendance numbers and the atmosphere at the pit. That's the whole identity of sports culture in this state, certainly in the city. And for a team who is going into that game at 14-4, I don't care that somebody said maybe they're coming off a loss to San Diego State. If a 4-point loss at San Diego State gets you off the bandwagon, you probably shouldn't be. With all due respect. If that's the reason, well, they lost on Saturday and I'm tomorrow. All right, what do you watch? But for a team that's 14-4 and 5-2 going into a Wednesday night league game in January, a game that means something. I don't know that you need to sell it out, but JJ, I don't know. My thought in that place was this is below your standard. That's all.
And what's the standard?
The standard is a loud, raucous crowd without gigantic holes for a league game.
Because last year, Wyoming at New Mexico, it was a weeknight game.
Yeah.
And I think Wyoming is similar to Fresno State.
Yeah,
kind
totally
of
fair. Yeah.
There's 11,800 people.
And that's below standard. I would just say that's below what your standard should be. Again, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not like saying, oh my God, level basketball, losing it. And it's just had a different feel. Now, Saturday, what do you expect? Well, Jeff, weather, and the weather guys say it's going to, storms coming. I don't know, man. Here you go with an opportunity. There's a real chance, right? There's a real chance on Saturday that you can walk out of the pit and be in first place. San Diego State's one game ahead of you. They play on Saturday at UNLV in the afternoon. I mean, look, the Aztecs can get beat by UNLV. UNLV just went up to Utah State and won it late. If you beat Nevada and San Diego State loses, you're in first place. Oh, and Alfred and Noodles are on the other side. Fair to expect, I don't know, 13.5 and a loud, raucous crowd on Saturday night?
Yes, I like that.
505-246-0610. Caleb, good morning. How you living? You're on these Sports Animals.
Hey, good to hear you guys this morning. How you all doing?
Good, man. Where you been? It's good to hear you.
By the way, just to know, I listen to you guys often on YouTube. The volume's been really
Well, and I think we're aware of that.
very loud one.
Yeah, and the engineers are working on it. I don't know what the deal is with that. I know the volume's been fluctuating quite a bit on the streaming stuff. So I'll make that.
Cool. As long as you all know. But I've been enjoying the conversation, and I wanted to call in earlier in the week about the San Diego State game, but we've already had another game since. So it's funny listening to. It has been kind of a weird season crowd-wise, and the interest in this team because they're obviously winning and they're playing some really good, successful basketball. But for some reason, there's just something. I don't know what it is. When the question was asked a second ago, it kind of stirred up my mind. Like, what is it about this team that's just not drawing that attention, that love, that typically a team with this kind of record? And I don't know if it's just that they don't have any big wins. Necessarily. I feel like usually we got at least one or two. We played somebody that gives us an indicator that we could be a really good team or something. And maybe there's just nobody on the schedule that stands out that we've beaten. Maybe it was that New Mexico State loss. But for some reason, this team just hasn't captured the imagination of the Albuquerque and New Mexico fan base. But I think anybody that's a true fan and a true Lobo and basketball follower can see that this is a really good basketball team. Yeah. And you got to give them the grace, right? They've never played together. This is a first year. Not just some first-year players. This is a first-year team. I mean, there's often times in games where we've got three freshmen out there running around playing really good basketball. So it's like I think we're almost confused on what we really want. Do we just want a bunch of high-flying dunkers to get us excited, or New Mexico's always been credited with having high IQ basketball fans, and I'm kind of starting to wonder if that's waning, if we've lost that generation of high IQ basketball fans, because if we were high IQ, we would realize that we have a really skilled basketball team right now that's performing really well with expectations that were probably pretty low, and we should be appreciating this. But it was a great win last night. Very bogged down last 8 minutes. I was texting my brother back and forth, and there were several times where I said, this last 8 minutes just will not end. It's brutal to watch. But my prediction for Saturday, I'm calling it right now. If the snow starts early and the fans don't show up, which they won't, because New Mexico we don't get a lot of snow nowadays, and when it happens, everybody freaks out. We don't figure out how to drive. But if that happens, there's going to be about 4,000 or 5,000 people at the game, and I think it's going to be a really scary opportunity for Nevada to steal one. I think it's going to knock everything off. I feel like an empty, cold, snowy afternoon is going to be a recipe for upset. But that's just my take. I just feel that's a scary game to me, and not have a raucous, crowd show up, and just one of those just random off nights where it could be Nevada's night.
I got it. No, Caleb, don't be a stranger. It's a great call. Thank you. First of all, I don't think 4,000 or 5,000. If it's a bad crowd, maybe it gets over 10. He hit on something, and it's the best theory I've heard. And I don't even know if he was going there. It's kind of it's leading. Because I find this particular basketball team incredibly likable. I find them to be hardworking, humble, not arrogant, not insanely flashy. And to his point, maybe that's what some people want. But I find this team to be incredibly likable. Personality-wise, style of play-wise. But everything's new. Now, so was football. Football had a head coach who was out there everywhere. And they did something that they haven't done before, and they started winning, and they have that. Caleb just hit on something. There wasn't a big win. Well, VCU was a big win. Mississippi State in any other year, Mississippi, you beat an SEC team, it's a gigantic win. But for whatever reason, that doesn't stick. Why doesn't that stick like the UCLA win? I don't know. Right? But this team, it took you a second to warm up Pitino. And all of a sudden, you loved everything about Pitino. And I think it's taken you a second to warm up to Eric Olin. And I think many of you aren't there yet. 15-4, and they're 6-2. They beat an SEC team outside the pit. I think it's the first time that's ever happened. They went back east and beat VCU. Get over the damn Aggie loss. It happens. You're going to lose to them periodically because it's a rivalry. And then for some reason you still can't get over the Nebraska loss. You know who Nebraska's lost to? Freaking nobody. They're ranked 7th in the country. But that's kind of my theory on this. Is I listen to people tell me this. Maybe it was the unfamiliarity, and it's just taken a second. And maybe also it's this whole, Pitino, everything's new. This whole, I'm still a little gun-shy, ready, buyback.
I think there's a lot of valid points there. The whole gun-shy thing, you're never going to be a fan again. Players are going to leave, coaches are going to come and go. And by the way, you had one football coach that did you dirty. Tino, that's a good amount of time at places if you're successful. And there's upward mobility. That's normal.
I don't think it'd be
no, but this whole, you had one coach that did you dirty, and by the way, it was an under 500 season that left you after stuff. It's gonna be in the back of your mind as a fan, stuff you have to deal with, stuff you don't like in the new era of college athletics. But to me, if you're a fan, there's no reason not to be excited about a team that's winning and has a chance, because everyone is playing each other, and there's an opportunity to win a regular season title, and who knows what happens in Las Vegas.
Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 650 Sports Center.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute. How can you not?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here on the Sports Animal, out of San Diego Casino, Robert Portnoy will be with I believe both Mike Bradbury and Eric Olin and some players. 6 o'clock it will be Lobo Talk here on the Sports Animal. 505-246-0610. That's the phone line and the text line. You're in a lot on the attendance. Steve says, fellas, great show and always love hearing the fans, even the negative Nellies. This Lobo team has already exceeded my wildest expectations for a first-year program. Any win in January and February is a huge win for this program and most others. Can't wait for Saturday, and the gas need to be ready to pull our players through. Go Lobos, and thanks, Sports Animal. That is from Steve. Sorry is the off no longer on Facebook or just my phone going back and watching it when not available to listen. Just a question, not complaining. I don't know what's going on with Facebook.
It's posted and it's always on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you're looking to watch it.
Okay. There it is. This is from the Greek Freak. It says, Jeff, Lobo attendance problem isn't a money issue. It's a fan culture issue. Lobo fans love to complain and find excuses on why they don't want to go to the game, but at the same time want a top 25 team and players to hang around for 4 years. It's easier for them to watch the game on CBS Sports. The old days of hardcore fans are gone, with the exception of the few remaining diehards. This fan base is the most entitled, uneducated fan base in the nation. That being said, when the fans show up, the atmosphere is electric. Greek Freak. This one says, regarding attendance last night, does Lobo Hobo know that half the camp is sick with the flu? Maybe that's part of it, too. A lot of people are sick.
Let's also not get to a point where we're like just 11,000.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times, just like the day after Harvard, remember, done with everything, wanted to throw that coach away. And then realized, oh, it's not easy to get through this play tournament every year, is it?
No. And I'll even go back to, November when you lost to New Mexico State and then you lost to Nebraska, and people were done with this coach already. He ain't it. And since then, I think they've lost twice. And,
I'll go back to why some people are in love with this team. And JJ.
The newness?
Maybe the crime of losing to New Mexico State. David says the average attendance has been lower for several years. Since Alford left, it hasn't been above 12,000. It's been a long time. That place was close to capacity when the seating was 18,000 for every conference game, even when the opposing team wasn't, quote, great, end quote, which is the biggest excuse. It's kind of sad to say, but I think the backbone core group of fans that had season tickets for years and years and went to all the games have passed on. And there hasn't been the next generation of devoted fans and season ticket holders on the same level. Student attendance is way down compared to the way it used to be. Students would fill up the west side of the pit, especially for conference games. I don't think who the coach is has too much to do with it. Little, but even though there was excitement the last few years, I don't think the average attendance is close to what it was even when Alford previously him. Was the average attendance? I don't even know what the numbers were last year. Do you? You may have that. I don't know. I don't know that it's a problem, because I still think it is still one of the best venues. And we've had this conversation a million times. What makes Grand Canyon and Utah State the places they are? It's more the student section than it is the community. Here it's more the community than the student section, right? And so when life happens, whether it's the flu, whether it's weather, whether it's you're not that into it, whether it happens to be it's Alabama State or Fresno State, not San Diego. But JJ, you're right. I mean, context needs to be. And the majority of Division I programs around the country would kill to have a problem because they only have 11,000. All right, good stuff today. Thank you to Jerry Palm from Palm Brackets. He was with us. The Herd with Colin Coward is next. The Jim Rome Show is after that. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas comes in at 4, and then you get Lobo Talk here at 6. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio. We will start at 7 a.m. Adrian produced on the TV side. It looks great as it always does. Thank you for your work. He is J.J. Buck. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta. You're in tomorrow. What time is your flight tomorrow?
Hopefully in the afternoon.
All right, you don't even know yet?
Well, it's scheduled to leave at like 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Oh, because this gigantic storm that's coming in that's going to cripple the whole city? Got it. All right, have a good day. Be good to each other, boys and girls. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than the